Hello and welcome back to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debates. It was a mental show last Saturday when Brody Lee won the TNT title and absolutely laid waste to Cody. So let's find out what happens on this week's edition. First up was a four-way tag team gauntlet match between the Young Bucks, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, best friends in FTR. The first match was Young Bucks versus Dustin and QT. The Bucks started off strong, dominating Marshall until Dustin Rhodes tagged in and looked strong. The match ended when QT hit a BTE trigger to get pinned. Then it was a Young Bucks versus the Best Friends. Best Friends came in fresh and grabbed the lead early on with Trent attacking Nick Jackson. Matt and Nick Jackson were trying to hit Trent with a Meltzer drive. Then Hangman Adam Page, I couldn't believe this, came out and caught Nick Jackson on the foot, allowing Trent to roll up Matt to get the win. Wow, who saw that coming? That was great. And then the final match was Best Friends versus FTR. FTR were pretty much dominant all of the way. And Dax Harwood locked in an E-bar for the win. This is getting a 7.5 out of 10 for me. Hangman Adam Page heel turn, great. And I can't wait to see FTR versus Page and Omega. Lance Archer destroyed a jobber basically very quickly. Jake Roberts took the mic afterwards and addressed about how Lance was going to win the casino battle royal. Taz then came out and said it would be either one of his boys that won it. Darby Allin interrupted and it immediately went after Ricky Starks. This is getting a 6.5 out of 10. The competitors sound great for the casino battle royal and I'm hyped for that, and it's good to see Arch get another win. But I would like to be seeing him do more, to be honest. MJF and his entourage then came out for the contract signing before Moxley came out alone. MJF called himself a pro wrestling prodigy, just went on for a while. Moxley eventually signed a contract, and on the last page of the contract, he tricked it. The paradigm shift is banned, but now he's facing MJF's annoying attorney next week when the paradigm shift will be allowed. This is getting a 7 out of 10 for me. This was really great. MJF is just such a great talker. You don't get bored of him. And Moxley is great as well. Can't wait for this match. Next up, it was Eddie Kingston's group versus Janela, Kiss, Pillman and Garrison. Eddie Kingston's lads were on top when the Lucha Bros hit a double dive to ringside. Sonny Kiss tagged in and hit the blade with a Hurricane Rana to get on top. However, Brian Pillman Jr. was legal towards the end of the match, hit the Butcher with a super kick. However, he was outnumbered by the Lucha Bros, who picked up the win with a modified rope assist pile driver. I'm only going to give this a 6.25 out of 10. Not going to lie, I would have kind of not really excited for Eddie Kingston's new stable, but I'm hoping they win them over. Next up, the Dark Order were sending a message. They had a coffin with them and Uvo Uno picked up the mic and they were all celebrating. Brody Lee then headed to the announce table to command Tony Schiavone to join him. Brody Lee laughed and said, people laughed at the Dark Order, but they're not laughing now. A bit like that Nigel Farage meme. Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall came out and tried to get some revenge. They were all beaten down. And then, 6.75 out of 10. Can't wait to see this new version of the Dark Order. So great. And, can't wait to see where it goes. Young Bucks confronted Hangman Page backstage on Dynamite, and what he did to them earlier, costing them the match. They then kicked him out of the Elite before we got Big Swell versus Baker, Ford and Rebel in a 3-on-1. Britt Baker was still in a wheelchair, but Rebel and Ford blindsided Swell early on. Big Swell ended up winning the match pretty easily, however, pinning Penelope Ford. This means Britt Baker will then have to have a match with Big Swell at some point. 6.5 out of 10. It was decent enough, and it's good to have Britt Baker back on telly. In our main event, it was Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in a table match. There was no love lost between the two, and they went out on each other straight away. Hardy tossed a chair at Guevara. Thankfully, for the Spanish God, he missed it. Matt Hardy brought out a special table saying delete. However, Guevara got out of the way and Matt Hardy went through the table, but the match continued. The finish came when Sammy join Matt Hardy on the top rope and hit him with a superplex through the table for the win. This is getting a 6.5 out of 10 for me. Match was decent enough, and I'm glad the younger guy got the win. But after, Orange Cassidy attacked Chris Jericho out of nowhere at the commentary desk, and to end the show, they had a little bit of a brawl. Overall, this week, AEW Dynamite gets a 6.75 out of 10 from me. What can you say, really? Another solid show by a very solid TV show. Love the whole MJF stuff. The opening match was great, and yeah, I just can't wait for All Out in a few weeks. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about AEW this week down in the comments below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.